Hey everyone, it's Armstrong here, and today I will show you how to convert this into this one. It's called a maximum leeway, and it's not a bad car. It's a nice looking car. It's a slightly asymmetrical, which is okay, but you know, the sports cars always do not work well with my ideas. Yeah, so I will just jump into it, and without much thinking, what I want to do is probably take one of those rods and just start adding, like, sticking out pipes here. But I don't want to glue them straight into the hood. I have a step drill, and of course it isn't very well attached because it is a micro drill. So I will just go and drill probably 3 holes into this. Yeah, and I have a Dremel and everything, but I think that manually it's gonna be just faster than actually unpacking everything, so I'll be right back. So now I have drilled like 3 holes in here. I was thinking maybe more, maybe less, but 3 is kind of magical number because whenever you do photography it's better to go with 3, 5, 7s and whatever. Yeah, and it's just more pleasing to the eye when you have like triples and whatever. So now I want to add those pipes, sticking out. They're gonna be sort of exhausts or whatever. Yeah, but I just want to junk it up a little bit because it just looks so modern and so futuristic for me that it just doesn't work with the aesthetic that I'm thinking about for those cars. So getting it a bit weirder is a good idea. And here we can see it actually fits very well. The holes are just the right size, and like so. Yeah, just grab the super glue. Hopefully it didn't get stuck again, and just add a I can hope, but I never gonna win with that. So just adding, oh come on, super glue, a little bit of super glue into the hole, and then adding this pipe. And I don't care, in which direction those weirdly cut edges gonna go. Doesn't matter. It just adds to the to this that this car is asymmetric already. Sorry if I'm moving out, but this one doesn't want to jump into the hole. Oh, let's just go the other way around then. There we go. And this one just cut it under the angle. Add some super glue and push it in. It works, and now I can just cut off this to have the angle here. The same with this one. Like, I didn't want to do all of them, orcish style, so yeah. So there we have some sort of weird looking cylinder sticking out, and I'm just thinking, you know, to add this length of pipes on the side just to give like a bumper look to this. And of course, because of the nature of those pipes, they're gonna be a great place, you know, for extra dry brush. So I'm just gonna glue it in here, and I don't care whether it is bent or straight. Yeah, it's just a detail that I want to have on it. So I have it here, and come on, and I'm just gonna cut it at the wheel well. Yeah. Like I said, this doesn't have any other purpose than just, you know, cutting the edge, you know, of the brush when I'm gonna be dry brushing. So this is just purely visual thing, and that's why I don't care even about, you know, them being bent on both sides. And yeah, now again, you know, I already said that probably 100 times, but I'm lazy when it comes to drivers, and you know, Hot Wheels do not have drivers. Sorry about that. So I'm gonna just cut some mesh and, you know, stick it into the windows. I'll be right back after I have the right shape. So yeah, now I have the shapes somewhat cut out. I have the back window here, and just, you know, again, I'm not shy with the super glue on this project, especially when it comes to all of those all of these mesh windows, because quite frankly they don't want to stick if you don't go into the excess with a super glue. That's fine. And I had this one cut for the front window. It's very nicely fitting there. Dude, what's going on with this super glue? It's so viscous. Okay, I'll be right back. So yeah, for some reason my super glue got very viscous in the front. I don't know why. I hope that after I cleaned it up, it's gonna, yes, finally. Like, it's a very good super glue, like the Army Painter super glue. But for some reason this bottle really hates me. It gets stuck all the time, and you know, I don't think that anyone have very good idea how to fix this, especially not me. And now the side windows, oh my goodness, they are such an odd shape that I don't know how to. I'm just gonna cut them longer and hope it's gonna work. Now my finger is gonna be covered in super glue. I'm just gonna leave it as is. The other side, the last piece of the mesh. Come on. Right, I'm leaving it. So yeah, I have this, and I don't know, I have this gear, and I don't know what to do with it. But I like just the idea of having, you know, a piece of gear maybe sticking out from the hood. Yeah, so I ain't gonna be, of course, cutting a hole for it because it would be nonsensical. But I just gonna have this one just sticking out over here. And you know, I could use tweezers to apply this, but the clippers are good enough. Or maybe not. Alright. Yep. So I have this shape. And now let's think about armaments. So I was thinking about armaments and I don't have anything cool looking. And then I remember I have this tiny little thing which is a roughly half the size of a Hot Wheels car. It is some sort of multi-weapon from Baneblade, if I'm right. Super heavy tank from Warhammer 40,000. So I'm just thinking about mounting it on the back here. It was just, you know, I was like, do I want to go crazy with it? And you know, after I said this to myself, I was like, yes, I definitely want to go crazy with it. So yeah, I decided to mount a Baneblade turret on a Hot Wheels, which, you know, it's kind of ridiculous, but I love the idea. Yeah, so I have this giant multi-barrel minigun weapon. Yeah, and now, like, I was looking for some sort of a chain to attach it, you know, have it chained to the car, but all of my scale chain ran out, and my wife don't have any crappy jewelry, so I cannot steal it from her because it would be silver or gold. Actually silver, because my wife doesn't wear gold. So I cannot steal any jewelry from her, you know, to get the scale chain. So I decided to just grab a slice of plastic card. I have them, you know, pre-sliced like that, and just glue it, you know, in this position, and then add a couple of rivets maybe. So I will cut one to the length and then I can copy it. So I have one and two. Yeah. So I have this crazy contraption. Yeah, and you know, sometimes you just have to go with your crazy ideas and ignore the voice in your head saying, you can use this for Warhammer. Yeah. So yeah, I have this ridiculously big weapon attached to it. Yeah, I think that on the table this is gonna look just awesome. And there is one more little detail that I need to add. First I need to find one, but everyone already knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, the one thing that connects all of those cars, some sort of a resistor from a PC. So give me a second, I will find one and we'll finish building him. So I found one, and I think that I'm gonna be adding it in here, just, you know, as some sort of a extra fuel storage or something, because with extra weight of this giant gun, this is gonna need some more fuel, I guess. So yeah, just attaching it in here. And now the rivets. So wow, this actually shows up. So I some time ago I bought from Greenstable this hex rod. I think there was like 6 of them in the package, but this ones just work perfectly for not rivets, but, you know, giant screw heads. So I think about adding 2 in here and 2 in here. Yeah, so I'm gonna need to cut altogether 8 of them. Yeah, so just, you know, measure roughly about 1 millimeter, half a millimeter, or whatever thickness you want, and just start cutting if you have those. If you don't, then you can use just a plastic rod. It's gonna look more like rivets. And if you don't have those, you can use a what do you call it, sewing pins heads as rivets, as a tiny rivets. What else? Because I'm like, for me, I'm using all of those, you know, as rivets depending on a thing that I'm working on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, one more, 8. All right, so I have this, and now the big issue is, you know, super glue, rivets. You're gonna screw it up. So best option for me is always putting some super glue on something, and then grabbing my scalpel, just piercing into it, not too strongly, and just dabbing tiny bit of super glue and on the surface, and again. And sometimes you're gonna screw up, your rivet gonna get into the super glue, and getting it out gonna be near impossible. But that's the nature of the beast. Yeah, you need to stick with it and just keep on going. Oh, okay. And now to the other side. So one, come on, stick. I must have pierced a little bit too hard, but then, you know, like I said, I have problems with this super glue already, so I'm just trying to be cautious, and that could be an issue. And I do not talk too much when I do rivets, because I need to concentrate a little bit. So yeah, and this is how this little beastie looks right now. If I gonna manage to get the scale chain in time, I'm gonna probably add it to this before I finish this entire project. But for now, I just need to get this to painting, so I need to black bomb it, and I'll be right back with dry brushing and then spin table. So the black paint have finally dry. Now just, you know, I'm gonna do as I do with all of those cars, just load the brush with a metallic paint, then get rid of most of it, and just throw a quick dry brush. Like, I think that I'm gonna switch my Space Marines into this color scheme, as it is probably the easiest one to paint, and my goodness, the green one that I decided on is very painful for me. So I don't know that you can see that, but in here there is still the decal showing through the paint. And I'm quite okay with that, because I wouldn't think that even if they painted the cars, you know, that they would really be bothered by stuff like that. It could be, you know, as a faded decal on that or whatever, yeah. But yeah, this is how this one turned out. I will just switch to the rotating table right now. So after a few minutes of conversion and pretty much the same amount of painting, I have this car done. It probably took me around half an hour altogether. Only thing still kind of which need to be done is the wheels. I don't like the white color, so I'm gonna be fixing them up in the episode 14. But for now, if you liked it, you know exactly what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends if you can, and of course have a lovely day and take care.